The bottom line is, I told the Spice Girls I was going to leave in September at the end of the world tour. That's when I wanted to go. And I told them that at the beginning of the tour, so it was no surprise that I was going.
Geri Halliwell, Ginger Spice to her fans, has left the Spice Girls.
In 1998, Geri Halliwell, aka Ginger Spice, left the Spice Girls. Her departure saw mass media interest, and Geri would flee the UK to escape the hounding from the UK paparazzi. Her time after this would be documented by award-winning filmmaker Molly Dineen for her 1999 documentary, Geri. During this period, Geri would shed the Ginger Spice persona in an attempt to let the world finally see beneath the thick layering of makeup, flamboyant costumes, and high-rise platform boots. By early 1999, Geri had completed her first solo project, with an album ready to be launched in which she would co-write material alongside the same production duo who had previously worked with Spice Girls, and which would showcase Geri as the next big UK female pop star. Geri's music would set in motion what was to become a tidal wave of future solo Spice Girl releases over the course of the next decade. So, with this album largely considered to be one of the best solo Spice Girl offerings, let's take a deep dive into the fantastic Schizophonic. In 1998, Geri Halliwell quit the Spice Girls, merely days before they were to embark on their North American Spice World Tour.
Unfortunately, Geri's not very well tonight, so get well soon, Geri.
There's trouble in Spice World this lunchtime. It's being claimed that Geri Halliwell, Ginger Spice, has left the group.
So where is Ginger Spice? Did Geri Halliwell jump or was she pushed?
Today is Thursday the 20th of May. I'm in Paris and yesterday I left the Spice Girls permanently.
I remember being on a private jet.
We're getting on the mini plane!
Me and Geri actually were sitting opposite each other. We landed and Geri got up and went, "I'm going to say bye, girls. Girls, I'm going to say bye now." And I thought, well, that's really weird. We never say goodbye to each other because we're not, we go home for a couple of hours and we're back together.
You know, something you just think, well, that was a bit odd.
I think we came up with oh, well, let's just say she's ill and just feel it out for a minute to see if she's going to come back at all. That's what I was hoping for anyway. It
was all kicking off. There's phone calls here. We were ringing her. Lawyers were ringing us. And we spoke to her on that day. And we were like, "What are you doing, you silly cow? Come on, just come back,
I don't think we actually thought that she'd left.
I remember knowing in my heart, days approaching, that I was going to leave, and there was the song Viva Forever, and I was like standing there and I was thinking, oh my God, this is the last time I'm going to sing this with these girls. I can't do it anymore. I just felt empty and I'd given them everything I could. I just felt like the band had got so big, and the girls, were almost like they didn't need me anymore, really, and I definitely felt very redundant, and like the wheels were turning whether I was there or not, it felt.
Everybody in the band's needed. God, it wouldn't be able to function, without us all being there for each other.
The story goes that she always she wanted to do something to do with breast cancer, but Mel B wouldn't let her. And I don't know that story. I don't remember any of that.
And I say it was, they said that they didn't want me to do this breast cancer interview alone, and that kind of did it for me. I was like, I can't even do that by myself. That was kind of like the final straw. But I think it was an amalgamation of I just felt I didn't belong anymore.
On the 31st of May 1998, it was officially announced to the media by her solicitor that Geri had left the group.
Sadly, I would like to confirm that I have left the Spice Girls. This is because of differences between us. I'm sure the group will continue to be successful, and I wish them all the best. I have no immediate plans. I wish to apologise to all the fans and to thank them and everyone who's been there. Lots of love, Geri. P.S. I'll be back.
Geri's exit became one of the biggest entertainment news stories of the year, making news headlines worldwide. The Spice Girls would continue to release Viva Forever, the final single featuring Geri, in July 1998, with all 4 remaining members adamant that the group would carry on. Spice Girls would eventually continue their Spice World tour without Geri in the summer of 1998.
Does tomorrow belong to me? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I've learnt a lot about Chapter 7. 5 nations, and they decide. And if it all goes wrong, we call in Chapter 7 with Geri Halliwell.
After her departure, Geri became a Goodwill ambassador for the United Nations Population Fund. Later, in 2000, she appeared in the 2-part documentary series Geri's World Walkabout for the BBC, which followed her work with the UN.
Give me time and a little space if you take me back.
Her work for the United Nations Population Fund would continue up until 2009.
Look for life for your conception, lay me down for your inspection. Somehow we'll find a way, sometime but not today. Something I need to say sometime.
Having been influenced by Robbie Williams' solo success after leaving Take That 3 years prior, Geri went on to sign a 3-album solo deal with EMI, worth an estimated $3 million.
Know them. Listen, perfect baby, but I don't. Oh, sorry.
She began developing ideas for her debut album, asking the Absolute production team, consisting of Paul Watson and Andy Watkins, who had already produced songs for the Spice Girls, to be involved. However, the 4 remaining Spice Girls were rumoured to have told Paul and Andy that if they chose to work with Geri, they could not work with them ever again. Unhappy with this ultimatum, the duo opted to proceed with working on Geri's solo project. The album was written entirely by Geri and Absolute, with songwriter Tracy Ackerman co-writing 3 tracks with them. The production was handled entirely by Absolute.
My kind of manifesto for the album was, like, if this is the last album I ever do, let's take it to the max, let's not be shy here.
It's a big part of me. I wrote a lot of songs when I was with the Spice Girls, and I took whatever I gave to the Spice Girls with me, and I'm hoping my music will appeal to, Spice Girl fans and more.
My album is eclectic. It's Public Enemy meets Marilyn Monroe. It's Johnny Rotten meets Julie Andrews. Shirley Bassey. Oh, who can Shirley Bassey meet? Sid Vicious. There you go. It's furious, but then it's reflective.
Actually, when I wrote this album, what I did was kind of paint pictures. It took you to Switzerland, to Spain. I'm half Spanish, this half.
Other tracks on the album are, sometimes is like the essence of the whole album. It's me searching within. Chasing answers, what life's really all about.
We've got this really mad track on the album, it's called Let Me Love You, and it's got this kind of Bhangra sitar feel to it.
Schizophonic was released with 2 different covers, one representing an angel, white, and the other a devil, red. The booklet for the album features both covers on all editions, with the sleeve and insert able to be flipped around to suit whichever artwork the listener preferred. The photo shoot was done with British fashion photographer Nick Knight in early 1999.
Do to me, I'm just a girl and I'm in disguise.
On the first O on the Schizophonic font, there is an angel halo on the white cover and horns on the red cover.
Get there, can do this if we try.
On the back cover, the song titles are written in both red and white, relating the theme of the song to one of the personalities. The lyrics of the songs are included on the side that they are marked on the back cover.
Then you'll understand. So let me love you. I'll hold on tight.
Okay, Look at Me is about
how society, we're all obsessed with image. The lyrical content of things like I'm a drama queen if that's your thing, baby. I can even do reality. So I'm laughing at myself. I think everybody should know me by now. I'm messing with you. Look at me on one level can say, hey, look at me. Look at me. On the other hand, it is about public image. Okay, I'll give you a little preview. 5, 6, 7. Look at me, and shake it, shake it. You can take it all because this space is free. The video took 3 days to shoot, and we were doing 18-hour days.
I went to the gym this morning.
The director, Vaughan Arnell, could really take on my ideas, and it was fantastic at translating them, and we really got on the same wavelength about it. When I wrote the song, I literally had visions of images that I wanted to see, and when I saw it come to life, it was just like amazing, absolutely amazing. She's back! Okay, the 4 characters are the vamp, narcissistic, in love with herself. The opposite of that is the nun, the virgin, in love with God, in love with the world. Then you've got the bride, represents chastity. Opposite that is the PR woman, who represents workaholic. You've got to make the deadline, darling. Okay, that's all I've got time for. Is this the beginning or is it the end? But good night and thank you very much.
And the song goes kind of a bit like this. Look at me, shake it. And the lyrics are something, I'm a drama queen if that's your thing, baby. I can even do reality. You see?
Yes.
So it's kind of...
Wait, sing it louder, though. How does the hook? Sing me the hook.
Okay, it goes, look at me. Maybe next time use your eyes and look at me. I'm a drama queen if that's your thing, baby. I can even do reality. That's me.
Oh, see, I'm feeling that right there.
Good looking, bad tasting, full bodied, but wasted, loose living, tight fitting, what you see ain't...
On the 10th of May 1999, Geri's debut solo single, Look at Me, was released. The accompanying music video was directed by Vaughan Arnell and filmed in Prague in March 1999. Look at Me peaked at number 1 in New Zealand, number 2 in the UK, and number 3 in Australia and Ireland. In the UK, the single was released the same week as Boyzone's You Needed Me. Though more transactions were made of the Look at Me single, 2 CD singles for You Needed Me were released in order for fans to purchase both and ensure that Boyzone made it to the number 1 position. Look at Me sold 140,000 copies in the UK in its first week. It was only 700 copies behind Boyzone's You Needed Me. Geri was disappointed with the outcome of the chart performance for Look at Me, since she believed that it would reach number 1.
Stupid Cupid, fantastic, queer thinking, straight talking, what you see ain't what you are getting. Fast loving, slow moving, no rhythm, but I'm grooving, old feeling, new beginning, superficial expectations. Look at me, you can take it all because this face is free. Maybe next time use your eyes and look at me. I'm a drama queen if that's your thing, baby. I can even do reality. That's me.
The 7th of June 1999 saw the release of Geri's debut album Schizophonic. The term schizophronic is a portmanteau, or blend of words, of the Greek words schizo, meaning split or divide, and phonic, meaning sound, and also seemingly a play on the word schizophrenic, and the musical term schizophonia. The album's release was promoted with the documentary by Molly Dineen, which was screened by Channel 4 ahead of the album's release on the 5th of May 1999. Critical reaction to the material was mixed, but mostly positive, with The Independent even going so far as to say that Schizophonic was considerably more sophisticated and more obviously packed with hits than either of the Spice Girls albums. Rolling Stone would remark that Geri's vocals had a surprising, undeniable charm, but publications such as NME were less than impressed, proclaiming that Geri was attempting too many styles on one album. Schizophonic debuted at number 4 on the UK albums chart with sales of 35,000 copies. It would go on to sell close to 500,000 copies, being certified 2 times platinum. In Canada, the album debuted and peaked at number 15, and with strong long-term sales, the album would eventually be certified platinum. In the US, the album faced moderate success, selling 40,000 copies in its first week, debuting and peaking at number 42 on the Billboard 200, the highest a Spice Girls solo album would ever chart in the US. It would go on to receive a gold certification in the country. The album is estimated to have sold around 3 million copies worldwide.
You tell me more about this album, because I don't want to sound as patronising here, but did you really write this thing yourself?
I do. I mean, I've always, you know, been really into words and poems, and the way I do it is just literally just write how I feel. And I've always got a dictaphone with me in the middle of the night. I might come up with melodies, and that's basically how it starts. And I just let my imagination go mad.
Okay, Chico Latino is, you know, Spanish coming out of me. My mother's Spanish.
In actual fact, she helped me write the song. You know, I'm really tapping into my Latin temperament on this.
My mother is Spanish, and I was saying to her, can you give me, you know, some help when writing this? Because I can speak a bit of Spanish. And anyway, so she said, I can't, my mother's 50-something now, she goes, I can't remember what the boy said to me that long ago. So what we did was went to all her Mills and Booms and romantic novels, and we kind of took out all these, so it's kind of a bit of tongue-in-cheek, really. And so, and he goes, ay, que sueño, dulce y pequeño. He goes, ay, what a dream, small but little. So it's kind of a bit rude innuendos in there as well, but that's me.
You left the fire in my eyes that lightens up the darkest skies. I'm giving up, I'm letting go. I'll find my way. So take me back to my sweet La Vida.
The location is in Ireland just off Sardinia, and we actually stayed on the yacht that you see in the video. We stayed on it the whole time, so it was really nice because I've had such a heavy schedule. Just to chill out and be in one place was great. And when you went to bed at night, you know, it's this continual rocking motion. I felt like I was being, you know, rocked to sleep, which was quite nice. And the guys in it, there's a mixture of guys. They're all Italian. My dancers are in it, and you know, they come on the road with me. They're all Italian. They can't really speak English, which is quite handy. And it was a very good excuse to sunbathe as well. With the whole album Schizophonic, I made up that word actually. It means split sound. I was going to call it schizophrenic, but I didn't want to offend anybody because obviously it's a serious illness. But what I was trying to say is that I think all of us have good side and bad side, or introvert and extrovert. And in all my songs, some of them are very introvert and more reflective and have conscience, and they're the white songs. And then the other songs, so red songs, and they have more ego, and they're more have more lust and more eccentric and out there. And I think actually Mi Chico was a red song. It certainly was. I think you can tell by the video. Mi Chico Latino. Take me back to my sweet La Vida. Find my love, my dolce vita. Show me where I need to go. Donde está mi chico latino? La 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 la, ay 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 ay, la la la. There you go. Mi chico latino.
After Look At Me had missed the UK #1 spot, her record label wanted Geri to release Lift Me Up as the next single, while the Absolute team felt Bag It Up would be a better option. In the end, however, Geri chose to release Mi Chico Latino, having received good feedback from fans who felt the song was an album highlight. Mexico Latino was released on the 16th of August, the English translation of the title being My Latin Boy, which was fitting considering the Latin musical influences throughout. The song was written by Geri in order to pay homage to her Spanish mother and features a number of Spanish lyrics, with some at the time criticising Geri's Spanish pronunciations. Mexico Latino was written by Geri and Absolute in the autumn of 1998, before the Latin pop takeover on the charts a year later, thanks to tracks such as Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin. Mexico Latino's accompanying music video was directed by Doug Nickel and filmed on the island of Sardinia in July 1999. The song was a commercial success in the UK, debuting at #1 on the UK singles chart, becoming Geri's first #1 solo single. The song also attracted some moderate success worldwide, charting inside the top 10 in Ireland, Spain, Italy, Greece, Finland and Belgium. The song also experienced some success in the US, peaking at number 19 on Billboard's Hot Dance Club Songs chart.
I break away and say goodbye. I'm free to be, I'm letting go. I'll find my way. So take me back to my sweet la vida. Find my love, my dolce vita. Show me where I need to go. ¿Dónde está mi chico latino? Ay, qué sueño dulce y pequeño. Yo no sé, pero no es un cuento. Mi corazón con tormento. Un chico latino que quiero o simplemente deseo. Yo lo sé, el camino es un sueño latino. Take me back to my sweet la vida. Find my love, my dolce vita. Show me where I need to go. ¿Dónde está mi chico latino?
You know, I love that song, and especially when it's licensed. You couldn't sing a little bit now. If I just handed you this lollipop, I just happen to have it with me.
Yeah? Only if you join in. Can't dance
Wait a
little
second.
bit with me.
The dancer. I'll dance it.
We
No
give
singing.
it a kind
No
of
singing.
more of a visual thing going on.
I'll dance it.
Take me back to my sweet la vida. Find my love, my dolce vita. Show me where I need to go. ¿Dónde está mi chico latino? Oh, ay, 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 ay. La, 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 la. Ay, ay, ay.
There you go.
Lift Me Up was released as the third single from the album on the 1st of November. The music video for Lift Me Up was directed by Howard Greenhow and filmed in October 1999 in Malaga, Spain.
Watch the first line, kiss the new world. It's a wonder, baby, like you and I.
During the song's release week, it faced strong competition from Tintin Out's collaboration with ex-Spice Girl bandmate Emma Bunton with the track What I Am. Geri criticised record company executives for allegedly exploiting fans by encouraging the head-to-head race. After heavy promotion from both camps, Lift Me Up ultimately reached the #1 spot in the UK, selling 140,000 copies in its first week, 30,000 copies more than What I Am. The single would underperform in other parts of Europe, but did chart inside the top 40 in a handful of countries.
the seasons, ever changing, everlasting. Baby, like you and I, it's gonna be alright. But when my sky clouds over, lift me up. When the day is over, take me up. When the sun is going down, I will be your angel now.
Our next performer needs very little introduction, really. Suffice to say, she likes to make surprise exits. But she's even better at grand entrances and openings, as you'll see in a moment's time. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Geri Halliwell!
Miss Geri Halliwell.
On the 13th of March 2000, Bag It Up became the fourth and final single to be lifted off the album. Geri would have another iconic moment at the UK Brit Awards with her performance of the track, appearing between a giant pair of inflatable legs. This was the same year the Spice Girls received the Outstanding Contribution Award. However, Geri was rumoured to have refused to join them on stage for a performance.
You, my family. Yeah. We've all got to say a big, big thank you to Geri, because without her, we wouldn't be able to have done this. Don't drop the baby, boot it out, no buts or maybe wind him up and make him crazy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take it back, don't drop the baby, spit it out, no buts or maybe do your thing. Come on, lady. Whoa, 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 lady. This is for the ladies in the house.
I don't take sugar on my color TV, yet he likes it loaded with eye candy.
The backing vocals for Bag It Up were provided by Tracy Ackerman and Pepsi and Shirley, formerly of Wham. The music video to Bag It Up was filmed in January 2000 and directed by Dawn Shadforth. Unlike previous videos, this one was recorded in a studio with various set pieces and performances. Bag It Up sold 106,000 copies in its first week, becoming Geri's third consecutive solo #1 on the UK singles chart. The track would also peak at number 6 in Ireland.
Crazy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it back, don't drop the baby, spit it out, no buts or maybe do your thing. Come on, lady. Whoa, 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 lady.
I've recovered from the Brits. I'm smiling. Weren't the Brits fantastic? We're doing
Now tell me what that was like, 'cause we were just talking about it, and you said scary, obviously.
It was very nerve-wracking. It was the first big show I've ever done, and I just thought we'd put so much into it. We'd been planning it for months. We were trying to put loads of ideas in, and I just thought...
Who came up with the leg idea?
It's inspired from Andy Warhol, and also I've got a great choreographer. He's really good, and he put so much effort into it, and we just piled in loads of ideas. But you know, the big staircase, I thought, imagine if I fall down those steps.
Oh, I know.
It was just, anything could have
It's your worst nightmare, isn't it? Falling your bum in front of thousands of people.
So you just got to laugh.
And, I mean, you know that Spice Girls, of course, got an award at the end of the night, and they dedicated it, well, part of it to you.
That was so nice.
Were you pleased about that?
Yeah, I'm so touched that Melanie did that. You know, it's so nice of her. It was really special that she did that.
Cool. Now, your new single, all about how we should whip our men into shape.
I know.
Do you think we should whip our men into shape?
Actually, I think...
With some girl powder.
The single is kind of saying that men and women, or boys and girls, we are different, we are equal, but we are different, and you've got to respect those differences, and you've got to laugh about it. And the chorus is saying about relationships, that one minute you're making up, breaking up, that whole drama that I think we all get off on, almost.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're at school, it's making up and breaking up. It's kind of really taking the mickey out of that. But sometimes men do need to be whipped into shape.
Whipped into shape. No better woman to do it.
In addition to the album's 10 tracks, the era would provide fans with 6 additional B-sides. The campy dance track, G.A.Y., Bond-esque Summertime from the Machico Latino single. The Spice Girls like Very Slowly,
but there ain't no rush. Wanna love you slowly. When you slide on down, wanna love you slowly. Turn that body around, you won't be able to control me. When the lights go down, wanna love you slowly, 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 slowly.
And the cover of the James Bond theme, Live and Let Die, by Paul McCartney and Wings, from the Lift Me Up single.
Live and let die. Live and let die.
Two other covers followed on the Bag It Up single, those being Nancy Sinatra's These Boots Are Made for Walking, which worked perfectly for Geri's voice.
When you ought to not bet. And you keep saying when you ought to be a-changing. And what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you.
And perhaps, a Spanish song, first recorded in English in 1948 by Desi Arnaz.
And I don't wanna wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me. Perhaps.
It's important to learn to laugh at ourselves. Don't take life too seriously.
Schizophonic proved her critics wrong, with Geri able to escape the Ginger Spice moniker and establish a successful solo career without the safety net of the Spice Girls brand. It also evidenced just how influential her songwriting and style had been on those first two Spice Girls albums. Following this, Geri would go on to release a cover of the Weather Girls classic It's Raining Men as part of the soundtrack to the 2001 movie Bridget Jones's Diary. The song would become Geri's most successful single to date and her fourth consecutive #1 hit single on the UK singles chart, cementing her status as one of the UK's most successful female pop stars. Schizophonic certainly does blend many sounds and genres together, but it makes for a compelling and exciting listen and offers something for everyone. It still sounds fresh to this day and showcases some of Geri's best songwriting. Geri would go on to release two more solo albums, Scream If You Want to Go Faster in 2001 and Passion in 2005, before reuniting with the Spice Girls for a greatest hits album, single and tour in 2007. Geri is still considered one of the most successful UK female pop stars, and it's largely thanks to the success of Schizophonic and its brilliant singles run. Let's hope we get this album pressed onto vinyl in the very near future. Thanks for watching.
To get your own way divided. You're in a bubble, the money's just double. So call the police, cause your karma's in trouble. You're in a bubble, give baby a cuddle. You're losing control, and you're selling your soul. I wanna be loved by you, just you. No